G'day, my name's Ross Pepper, and this short video is just to help you understand some hand gestures that are really powerful when you're speaking in front of an audience, whether it's a small audience in a boardroom or whether it's a big audience on a stage. These hand gestures will be really useful. So anyone who does any public speaking of any description, and especially those that do that within a specific role, these hand gestures will help you to accelerate your results. So let's get started. You may have seen I did some things with my hands there. Some of them were a lot more specific and very, very much on point about what it is that I'm teaching you today. Other ones were probably a little bit more wishy-washy and not technically correct necessarily. So let's start. I'm going to be teaching you the Satir hand gestures. So Satir, Virginia Satir, was a therapist that used to, her specialty, I guess, was communication. She loved working with families and things like that, but communication was her specialty. So let's talk about them. The first one is the bully. And I'm sure you're all familiar with being pointed at, and people say, don't point, don't point. Pointing is part of the bully. So the bully is when you're bullying something. Now you can bully a point, you can bully a person. There's different ways of doing it. You can point at them with one finger, you can point at them with your whole hand. They actually have a different experience. And as you're watching this, I hope you are starting to feel a little bit of difference with this. You know, if I point at you this way, or if I point at you this way, it makes a difference. Or if I point at you like this, you know, it can make a difference. So how we use our hands makes a difference in the experience for our audience. So the first one there is the bully. Now there's different ways of using the bully. We can do this. We can have our fist clenched and bully something like this to get a point home and, you know, hammer the point home. Yep, this is so important that you understand this and you get this. You can see where I'm going. If there's a point that you want to make, but you don't want to point at a person, you can point at the ground and you can go, this is so important. Different ways of doing it. So that's the first one, is the bully, whether it's, you know, clenched fist, whether you're pointing, all of these matter. You can even soften it to say pointing at ourselves, so that kind of reduces it. You can see that, you know, if I'm pointing, or I'm pointing. It makes a really big difference, but I can still be the bully and get the point home. Great, I think we've got that one. So let's go on to the leveler. The next one, you know, you've got your audience all riled up, so you want to calm them down a bit. So you use this one, you level them down. And I'm sure you've seen people use it. You may have even used it yourself. So you put your hands like this and you level things out. And you go, all right, just relax, calm down. It's okay, relax. So having our hands flat like this so that our palms are facing down. Okay, it's important our palms face down and our fingers are out. So we're creating this kind of calm, level playing field, relaxing everybody. Everything's okay. Okay, just relax. That's how we level people out. So if the audience is getting, you know, a bit excited, or you just want to get their attention, maybe you've done an exercise and they're a bit distracted, you want to bring them back. So all right, can everybody come back here and relax? Okay, take a deep breath. We're going to focus back on what we're going to do. So eyes over here. So you may have seen I used a couple of gestures there, and we'll move on to the next one in just a moment. So hands down is the leveler. Okay, it'll level out your audience and relax and even out any emotions that are in the room. There's another way to do that as well. In fact, I'll talk about the other one now. So if you do have a lot of emotion, maybe there's something you said that had an impact or left your audience in a certain state, and you can kind of feel it, and you're like, ooh, that's, you know, what's happening here. You can feel the emotion, you're not sure what's happening. Or you might be really clear about what's happening, and maybe it was something, you know, really poignant that you shared. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that can create a state in your audience. But if you want to soften that, then you use the joker. And the joker is just putting your body out of balance. So most of these are in balance. You can see when I'm being powerful, I'm in balance. When you're leveling people out, I'm in balance. And the other ones are in balance, but the joker is off center. So, So that's the idea, is to actually get off center. So if you've got your audience there, everything's really tense. Okay, everybody's, you know, worried or whatever it might be. Everything's really tense. Then you can go, or not. And that gesture helps break it up. Okay, so we've got the bully, the leveler, the joker, and the placator. So placata, they're pleading. They're, please come with me, please, please. So you're basically, it's like begging. You've got your palms open. Okay, so your palms are open and upward. Okay, this time they're up. And it's like you're pleading, you're begging for someone to come with me. And you can see here I'm actually gesturing at the same time. So it is just this. So you can say, who's interested? And you've got your hands up. So these are very natural, and you'll notice them in communication all the time. You probably use them yourself, but now you have conscious awareness of it. You can use them with intention. So here they are, and you can beg for people to come along with you. Don't use this one very often though. So if you're using this all the time, people are going to lose trust in you, because they don't have the conviction that you know what you're talking about. There's too much plaguing, there's too much please begging to come with you. So don't use this one a lot. Use it only when you need to get a response. I use it in front of an audience when I want people to answer me. If I ask a question and no one responds, I might ask it again. So who would like to give me an answer to that? Put your hand up. Come on, put your hand up. I know you want to. Come on, put your hand up. Okay, so you can see I was playing with it a little bit there. But that's part of it. You can actually, it's like a Simon Says is a kind of an advanced thing. You can start suggesting what you want people to do, like put your hand up. You know, who's got a question for me? Great. You know, who's got a question? Come on, great. Put your hands up. Awesome, awesome. Well done. And that one though, traditionally, do like this. You're pleading, please come along, is to bring it further. You're actually gesturing in at the same time. So that one is the placata. And now we've got one of my favorite ones is the thinker. And this is the last one that we're going to be running through today, is the thinker. The thinker is pretty straightforward. It's your hand under your chin. I believe you're meant to have the finger up along the side of your cheek like this. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not 100% sure. But the point is, underneath the chin is really important. You may have seen the pose. There's actually a statue done of the thinker. I think he's in the traditional pose. If his finger's up, then then that's what it is. But you can also judge for yourself as you watch this. You know, is this what makes you think more highly of it? Is it this? If you think of this, or if you think of this, which one helps you to get clearer in your thinking? I suggest you use that one. So that's it. And as we work through these, and if you implement them, you're going to have an amazing difference in your business. And maybe that's not what you want. Maybe instead you just want to spend some time to have a think about that. Maybe these are great. Maybe they're not. Either way, I hope you had a lot of fun learning the Satir hand gestures to actually implement the next time you're talking. It could even be one-on-one, whether it's a group or in front of a large audience. Either way, I hope they've been incredibly valuable to you, and I look forward to catching up with you somewhere down the track.